Today I'm going to do a little behind the scenes on making the spinning puzzle cabinet. This is a piece from a few years ago that's fairly complex internally. The engineering side of it is actually more difficult than the woodworking side. These pictures show some of the cabinet coming together in its initial stages. It's essentially frame and panel of walnut and figured anagray on the outside, and then the internal components go in afterwards to support the central column that does all of the mechanical motion. The piece was actually designed to fit in a very particular spot inside the client's house, so the base is on wheels and raised up about an inch off the ground so it can roll over heavy carpeting. It didn't end up being placed in that location in the end though. You can see here the basic function of the entire unit. It rolls backward and forward, and then the entire upper portion of the cabinet rotates 360 degrees. The next videos show a little bit more about what actually happens when it rotates. So inside the cabinet there's a central column and then three elliptical cams, essentially, that have roller bearings controlling three drawers that slide in and out individually as the cabinet rotates. Here you can see a little bit more of the entire structure and the central column and those three cams. There's just enough clearance for two of them going around that internal trim. I think there's about 1/8 of an inch of wood between the edge of the cam and the outside panel. And you can see, if you look at the top right drawer with the blue tape, that it moves out automatically as the cabinet section is rotated around. The other two drawers will be added in the next video, but this shows at least the initial drawer beginning to move as the cabinet rotates. The cabinet's been finished, and now all three drawers are installed, and you can see the first two opening as the cabinet rotates. The third one will open as it continues to rotate, and the cabinet will just spin around and around, opening and closing as long as you like. At this point, the cabinet's completely finished and almost completely assembled, just getting ready for presentation. On one side of the cabinet there's a small door that hides 4 magnetically controlled drawers. As the drawers open with the magnetic key, they're hinged to just slide open and closed, and then they magnetically lock again when you close them. Kind of a fun little addition that actually was quite enjoyable to build. One thing I've added to a number of pieces now is this spring-loaded hidden panel that controls the opening and closing of a drawer. I really enjoy adding this particular detail because it's difficult to tell in the finished piece what's a panel and what's a hidden compartment or a drawer. And now you can see the entire piece from a top-down view. You can see the 3 drawers individually opening as the cabinet spins around. That bottom drawer with a triangle is actually the unlocking key drawer that keeps everything from rotating initially. And then a couple of shots of the finished piece, along with a shot of us shooting the video in the shop. It was a challenge to get the video on the shot in a way that you could walk around the entire piece and not have background visible. There's a quick speed run of solving the piece. I've done this rotating style piece 3 times now: the Chris Ramsey puzzle box, the hexagonal guitar box, and this piece. I think it's time to do something completely different on the next pieces, which should be coming up in a few months. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you did. Thanks again for watching.